Jonathan Rhys-Myers. As you know, the boat is full. There are too many people, not enough work. So now it is the time to find out who truly belongs to this country. All of you were chosen randomly by a draw of national insurance numbers. At first, the powers that be thought of getting rid of everyone of color, but some of us thought that would be a bit racist. Others thought they would miss good food, like curry and jerk chicken and kebabs and stir fry and pizza and pasta and paella, tea, cinnamon, ginger, sugar. The test will happen in 5 rounds. On your seats, you found your voting pad. Choose A or B and see your vote light up on screen if you get the answer correct. Your votes will show up on my screen here in real time using the latest technology. There will be only one winner, one great citizen per show, with 75% or more correct answers. They will be allowed to stay. Fail, and you will be invited to leave the country. So let's start round 1 of So You Think You're British. Question number 1. What do you need to become a citizen of the UK? A university degree, or B, to be able to speak and read English? That's right. The answer is A. To become a British citizen, you must speak and read English. I was in the same position as you once, but I studied hard. And because of my allegiance to the Queen and my impeccable English, I became British. So, if you have studied hard, if you can speak English, you might be able to be British. Question number 2. Hate crime and smoking in public places are both examples of A, criminal offenses, or B, civil offenses. The answer is B, criminal offense. Criminal offense is an act harmful not only to some individuals, but also to a community, society, or the state. If you want to feel safe on your commute, I suggest you to buy a St. Christopher. It's a very British thing to do. Question number 3. How long are the communication cables that snake the way from the beaches of Great Britain to New York? A, 3,800 miles, or B, 4,700 miles? The answer is A. Snaking from the beaches of Cornwall all the way up, all the way across the borders and the entire ocean to Long Island, these cables feed the world's internet and cover a whopping 3,800 miles.
Some types of jellyfish are responsible for bringing dirt and debris from the ocean floor all the way up to the surface. As they push their way upwards, they transform that muck into nutrients, creating food sources for all sorts of creatures in the ecosystem. These magnificent creatures are beyond any boundary or country. Uni and multicellular life forms, they come in many shapes and sizes with a number of features in common. Stinging tentacles, a mouth or mouths, a pulsating bell that enables them to swim. Where have they come from? Where are they going? They wander, drift, masters of nomadic existence. As they move in harmony with the currents of life, they show us how to flow with the natural forces.
It's round 2. And you seem to be doing well. So onwards. Question number 4. Was Sir Francis Drake A, an English explorer, or B, an English fighter? The answer is Drake was an explorer, an English admiral who circumnavigated the globe in search of riches. He was a great friend of and ally of Queen Elizabeth I, who was a fellow West India planter. Question number 5. Were the original Brits Celts? Celts? Is it Celts or Celts? 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 Celts, thank you. Or B, Anglo-Saxons? The answer is, the earliest recorded indigenous people of Britain were C, Celts. I mean A, Celts. They were hunter-gatherers that migrated from Indo-Europe.
Jellyfish are usually either male or female, but there are species that are both male and female at the same time. With haunting otherworldly beauty, the immortal jellyfish has a strange attribute of going back to its juvenile stage after attaining sexual maturity. When a jellyfish is injured, the damaged tissue cells can regenerate as a fully grown jellyfish, and during times of stress, they can turn back their life cycle indefinitely. When the jellyfish swims into your life, ask yourself, are you flowing with life in a balanced manner?
number 7. Who established the Protestant Church in England? Was it A, Henry VIII, or B, Elizabeth I? And the answer is B, Henry VIII. Henry VIII started the process after his split with the Pope in 1530s. Anxious to ensure a male heir after his first wife bore him only a daughter, he wanted his marriage annulled in order to remarry. Question number 2. On 19th of May of 2018, in which church did Prince Harry marry? A, St. George's Chapel, or B, Westminster? And the answer is A, St. George's Chapel. Yes, but who did Harry marry? Who did Harry marry? What's her name? Meghan. Yes, that's it. He married Meghan, and a last name. Markle. Harry married Meghan Markle. Harry married Meghan Markle. Harry married Meghan Markle. It's round 4. And I have been looking at the results. Did you not study? Do you realize how lucky you are? How important this is? Question number 9. What was the biggest cause of death in Victorian Britain? A. Scarlet fever. Or B. Gogglebox. I mean smallpox. The answer is A. Smallpox. The term smallpox was first used in Britain in the 15th century to distinguish the disease from syphilis, which was then known as the Great Pox. Question number 12. When was the Mental Health Act established in Britain? A. 1959 or B. 1956. The answer is B. 1959.
Me duele todo mi cuerpo, pero no sé lo que es. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Que me duele la cabeza, que me duele los pies, me duele todo mi cuerpo, pero no sé lo que es. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, me duele, ay, me duele. Ay, por Dios santo, mamita para mi hora.
Question number 14. Which admiral who died in a sea battle has a monument in Trafalgar Square, London? A. Admiral Francis Drake or B. Admiral Horatio Nelson?
Ay.
The 169-foot column in Trafalgar Square in central London was built to commemorate Admiral Horatio Nelson, who died at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Question number 22. Which merchant and philanthropist has been commemorated with the streets, names, institutions, and schools in the city of Bristol?
Povo que lavas no rio, que talhas com teu machado as tábuas do meu caixão. Povo que lavas no rio, que talhas com teu machado as tábuas do meu caixão. Pode haver quem te defenda, quem cumpre o teu chão sagrado, mas a tua vida não. Pode haver quem te defenda, quem compre o teu chão sagrado, mas a tua vida não. Fui ter à mesa redonda, beber malga que esconda o beijo da mão a mão. Fui ter à mesa redonda, beber em malga que esconda o beijo da mão a mão. Era um vinho que me deste, água pura, fruto areste, mas a tua vida não. Dormi com eles na cama, tive a mesma condição. Aromas dores e da lama, dormi com eles na cama, tive a mesma condição. Deste-me alturas de incenso, mas a tua vida não. Pode haver quem te defenda, quem compre o teu chão sagrado, mas a tua vida não.
Answer is A. Edward Colston. A significant proportion of Colston's wealth came from investments in trading slaves.
Okay, hold on. Can we just stop for a minute?
What? What are...
Well, the really problematic and quite terrible questions you've been asked so far. But did you know that these questions are actually on the British citizenship test? I passed it when I moved here about 9 years ago now. And I got my British friends to try it themselves, and most of them failed it. So what does that say about Britishness? And when I got my citizenship, I had to pledge allegiance to the Queen, whereas I think about 14% of Brit-borns are royalists. Again, what does that say about Britishness? And then there's the questions you've been hearing so far, the problematic questions that have been pretty much whitewashing certain stories, telling specific stories and leaving others untold. His story, her story, our story. So I wanted to try something else, something a little bit different. I'm still going to ask you questions, but instead of these highly charged questions, I'm offering certain questions that are a bit more open for all of us to uncover the untold stories. So, let's start with this one. If you know the answer, just vote with your light, and I really invite an open and honest approach to this. So, do we know who the nurse was who set up the British Hotel during the Crimean War? Do we know how many black members of British royalty there were in England before Meghan Markle? Is Commonwealth history British history? And how many Commonwealth stories do we know in Britain? And whose responsibility is it to tell those stories? How valuable is nationalism for human connection? And if you're a citizen of the world, are you a citizen of nowhere?
there are some shamans and ancient healers who hold the belief that the tapestry of true spiritual knowledge is held within the form of the jellyfish. Jellyfish are a symbol of love. As they move in harmony with the currents of life, they show us how to flow with the natural forces. When the jellyfish swims into your life, ask yourself, are you flowing with life in a balanced manner? These jellyfish are exceptional creatures, healers of their habitat, from the dark depths of the ocean to the bright surface. They endlessly work, bringing new life and value to the debris and waste, indiscriminately feeding all living things in their ecosystem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are here. You all failed to become British citizens. But I have managed to arrange for you all to reapply one more time for only £4,660. And it's compulsory. So if you just go back, form an orderly queue and collect your ticket, we will be waiting for you.